Hi, welcome back to Maxine Loves Crafts. I'm Maxine and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So I'm super excited. I have 2 Dollar Tree DIYs and 2 thrift flips. And I'm excited to show you guys, so let's get started. Okay, my first DIY is a cutting board that I got at Dollar Tree. This is the bamboo one, but this is much bigger. It's bigger than a cardstock page, so it's probably 12 by, I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure of the exact size, but it's bigger than a piece of cardstock. In the height, the width, not as much. But I have not seen these at Dollar Tree again. It was a one-time. I was very lucky to find them, and I'm so glad I did. Okay, so I colored it in this new favorite color of mine, Waverly, which is called Dusk. I love this color. It reminds me so much of spring. It's just this very light blue. Oh, it's just so beautiful. And I got the whole board covered in paint, front and back, okay? Then I took and I put Mod Podge all over it. On the front, because I wanted to do again that Mod Podge, let it dry and put your paper on there. Now I got this rice paper from Amazon on Friday. I've been seeing everyone do DIYs with rice papers that they're buying from places, and I was like, I wonder if I could just buy rice paper and print on it. And I was blown away. You can. So all you have to do is pick your image and put it on your rice paper, and then you have the perfect decoupage. I think it was $8 for 50 sheets. And if I'm not mistaken, like, I don't know, 12 or somewhere between 12 and 15 for 100 sheets. I only got the 50 because I wasn't sure if this was going to work, if I was going to like it, but I am obsessed. I'm so happy I bought this rice paper, and I highly recommend it. It is so fun to work with. It's easy to work with. I just have a printer from Walmart, and it prints, right on there without any problems. So at this point, I had sanded it. I got my edges really, distressed. I really like the distressed look, so I got that distressed. Then I was like, what else am I going to do? I was really kind of stumped. Excuse me. So my friend Tammy from Happiness Created, I was like, what would you do? Would you add some floral? And she's like, you know what, Maxine, I would put some jute around the handle and call it a day. And that's exactly what I did. And look at this. It's so perfect. I mean, it's a cutting board. It didn't need all that, fluff and flowers and greenery ribbon. It just needed the jute around the top of it, and I love it. Look at this. I am so impressed. You guys, I hope you like this. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. And let me know if you think Tammy was right, because I definitely think she was right. So Tammy, if you're watching, hello, and thank you, girl, because it worked out perfect. Okay, so I have another Dollar Tree blank, which is just one of these wood rounds with the beads on them. Here's another piece of rice paper where I had went into my Silhouette Studios. That's where I got the other picture too, was on my Silhouette Studios. And I did this bee that was completely not colored in. So I Mod Podged it on. Again, I did the same thing with the, the let the Mod Podge dry and iron it. You guys, my words today are just not there. There's something going on with my health which causes that to happen sometimes. I'm really struggling today. But I did take Waverly's moss and color the outside of it. So, now I'm putting on my Mod Podge, and I'm going to get it all covered up. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and iron it on. Now, I didn't like that it wasn't colored in. It kind of just looked a little too plain for me. So I took my new Temu markers, which you're going to see here in just a minute. I picked out 3 colors. I picked out black, yellow, and a green, which I didn't even use the black because there was already so much black on it. And I'm impressed with these markers. I absolutely love them. You know, I wasn't even sure if you could color basically on rice paper, but it works perfect. Absolutely perfect. So this video, I have tried so many new things and every one of them worked out in my favor, and I'm so excited. The last DIY I did, I had some struggles, but other than that, it all turned out great, and I'm very, very excited. So I get it all colored in, and at this point I'm like, I definitely, you know, want to put some ribbons and really zhuzh it up. Can I say zhuzh it up? I wanted to add some stuff to it to make it look cute. Now, obviously, I'm still coloring in you see how I've got all the green colored in. I've got, you know, the yellow already done. So, yeah, I think it looks so good. I was surprised that it didn't bleed. I was really concerned that it would bleed. But there was very, very little bleeding. So much that you can't even really see it. And by the way, you guys, I am recording this on Easter, so happy Easter. I hope you all had an amazing Easter day. I'm not going to post it today. I just don't feel like I should put a video out on Easter, so I will be posting this the day after Easter. Okay, so I got myself some of those bees from Dollar Tree that I bought last year, year before last, I don't know. I'm really trying to use my stash, you guys. That's what's really important for me right now, is just to use my stash. I got this ribbon again from Dollar Tree last year or the year before last. It's a honeycomb. And I do have some bee ribbon, but I couldn't find it amongst my mess of a craft stash. So I used some black polka dot and put on here. And I'm getting better at bows. I still struggle a little bit, but I feel like I'm definitely getting better. You know, the more you do something, the better you'll get. So I've really been practicing putting bows on almost everything. That's how I practice, right? Okay. I still felt like it needed something in the middle. So I got out my charms, and I get this little honey pot. That's a charm, but I just take the charm piece off of it. That little eye hook, I take it off. I just unscrew it off and put the honeycomb right in the middle. Just hot glue that on. I've got these flowers that I got out of my Michael's grab box this last time that I went. And there are so many of these. I'm going to use, this greenery is so awesome. I'm so excited that I got so much of it. I will be using this all year round. Or all year, rather. Right up till Christmas. So, I get it glued down. It did take me a little bit to get that glued down. But once I did, it really was kind of like that last thing I needed, you know. And then after I get it glued down, I do take another charm, which I got these charms off of Temu, and I took the eye hook out and put a sunflower right in the middle of that ribbon down there. I just did a messy ribbon, you know, cut it down and did a messy ribbon. But you guys, I love this. I think this turned out so cute. And it's perfect for spring. And so I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys like it. Oh, look at it. Okay, here it is hanging on the wall. Now, it's not hanging straight, unfortunately. And it's not where I'm going to be. That's just where I put it to, I just hang my things there to stage. But, yeah, I really like it. I think it looks so good. I hope you guys like it, too. I can't wait in the comments to hear what you think about this. Okay, now we're about to start on my 2 thrift flipped. Now, I am really getting disappointed in Waverly. I feel like it's too thick these days. And then the thicker the paint, the quicker you go through it, too. But, and it's not lasting as long. it's just, I don't know. There's something that's going on. It's like clumping up on you, and it's just, I don't know. I'm really, maybe it's the batches I'm getting, because I've always loved Waverly, but I really need to try some DIY or some Dixie Belle. I can't really afford it quite yet, but soon I'm hoping to be able to buy myself just a couple cans of their like spring colors, try them out, maybe just buy the smaller ones or something, but that's what I'm really wanting to do so I can start using them on my thrift flips and stuff. But I have this box that I've had for years and years. I don't even know where I got it. I'm sure I picked it up at a thrift store. It's been in my closet forever. And I didn't know until I cleaned it up that it's a Patron box. Now, I am not a drinker, so, you know, not even socially, I don't drink at all. But still, the box is cute, right? Super cute box. I painted the whole thing in cashew. And that's a Waverly paint. Honestly, the painting on this video is what took me 2 days to finish everything because of how much painting I did. And, yeah, I really do like this cashew as well. So I paint the whole box, inside, outside, bottom. Every little piece on this box I paint, because I wanted the whole box to be able to be used. I don't know what I'm going to store in it, but I don't know. It just turned out so cute. I can't wait for you guys to see what I do with it. I probably put 2 to 3 coats on this. I wasn't getting the coverage that I really needed, I feel like. So, okay, we're just about done watching you guys watching me paint, because it took me hours. So, okay. I've got this new IOD spring stamp, which I am so excited about this stamp. You know, I'm a paper crafter at heart, so being able to use stamps in my crafting is just, you know, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I have this one. It's got like a chicken, a cow, dry goods, number 7, grains. It's 2 sheets, and these stamps are amazing. I have already I already took a what's it called? Sander. I've already took a sanding block and sanded my stamps, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to season them, and you do that by sanding them. Now, it's not like you're not grinding it in. You're just, you know, going over it a little bit to get the, you know, to get them seasoned. I will say that once I open the stamp, even if I'm only going to use one of them, I go ahead and season the whole, you know, both sheets or however many's on there. So that way the next time I go to use it, I don't have to wonder, oh, you know, have I seasoned this or not? So I definitely seasoned the whole thing. Okay, so I'm putting on here quality grains. I'm almost sure, I can't see it, but I'm pretty sure that's what I put on here, you guys, quality grains. And in the middle of that, I'm going to stamp 1897. Now, these stamps are so big, I don't have a block obviously big enough for these, but they're also so big that you can stamp them, put them down on your project, and just hold it down while you take your finger and rub it over the rest of your project. I'd already done the top, which number 7, Dry Goods Company. You guys, I love, love, love this box. Now, it has a magnet on it, so it closes, but because of the paint, it's closing a little tight right now. Like, you wouldn't even know that it closes. Or that it opens, I'm sorry. You wouldn't even know that it opens because it's so tight. So I might have to sand some off around the inside, but I'm not sure. Maybe I like it that, you know, someone may not think that you can open it, you know. Okay, so I'm sanding it. I want to make it look a little bit, you know, vintage. All that stark brand new paint there. Yeah, I've really been looking at other paints to decide what, I want to try. And I haven't decided quite yet. Other paints, it's not that it's super expensive. It's only maybe double the price of Waverly, but it's the shipping. And, there's just so much that you have to add to it when you're trying to, have something shipped to you. It's like, oh, you're just paying extra for everything nowadays. Okay, so I took a little knob. As you can see, I was trying to choose between the white one, the black one, and the clear one. The one that kind of looks like a fake diamond. Looks like a real diamond, but it's definitely not. And I went with the black, and I just put it on there with some E6000. I like the black because it matched, my stamps, and I don't know, I just liked it. I thought it looked really cute on there. And I just let it dry, and then here it is. Right now I have it downstairs on my table, next to my couch, and I love this box. It is so, so cute. I'm just obsessed with it. I will be using this stamp, I know, for the rest of... I'm going to use it till the wheels fall off of it, okay? That's what I'm going to do with this stamp. Okay, as you can see the inside, I love the way the inside's all clean and painted. Okay, you guys, here is my last DIY, and this one was a challenge for me. Now, I have had this for, I bet you, 10 years. I don't know where I got it. I bought it thinking I would do something with it. I'd store something in it and never did. So I'm finally like, you know what? And I bought it at a thrift store because right there on the bottom it says $3.93, which I probably paid half for it. But it also says that it was originally $39.99 and they called it a 4-piece set because it's got the 3 boxes and then the tray. Now, it has to be old for this to have been, $39.99 somewhere, right? But I go ahead and I paint the entire everything, the tray, the lids, the boxes, everything. I paint them in Waverly's Dusk, and this took me forever because the pink, the brown, it was definitely just challenging. But I do get the entire project painted. And I'm still like, what am I going to do? I knew that I was going to use a stamp or a mold or both or something. I just wasn't sure. So I looked at it for a day like, okay, what am I going to do with it? I kind of knew I wanted it to be like box 1, 2, and 3, Okay, so what I did was I decided I was going to at least put some molds on here, right? To make it like... 1, 2, 3. So I go and I make the mold. I decide on which mold I want after I try a couple of them. And I decide on, is it this one or the next one? You're going to see here in just a second which mold I decide on. Because I tried a couple of them. Because I was like, I first was like, do I want it to be several molds or one? I couldn't decide, right? So... yeah, I think that's the mold I like. No, it's not. It's this next one here that you're going to see that I really like, and that's the one that I choose for all 3. You guys, I wanted this to be so good, so I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself when I vision something and it doesn't come out the way I want it to. And honestly, that's not what crafting's about, right? You have to give yourself grace. You have to realize that everything is not going to come out perfect. That's the fun of learning about crafting, and yes, I can sit here and say that, and then I struggle with giving myself grace and deciding, I'm like, no, it's just... So in the end, I end up liking this project very, very much. But I just went round and round and round with And I think it's because I was using the molds for the first time and the mini alphabets for the first time. So yeah, I think that's where I was giving myself a lot of pressure. As you can see, I do have all three of the same. I'm putting them across the same piece, you know, on my little boxes there. Now, excuse me, I take the alphabet from IOD. And now what I love about this one too is I can use it in paper crafting and in this crafting. And it also comes with a bunch of labels that are just stamping labels, not mold labels. It's really a great thing to have in the crafting if you're interested. You definitely should check out IOD. My Victorian Heart, I love ordering from them. So I'm going to make sure that with the alphabets that you're supposed to use as a stamp, I'm pressing it down into the mold to put in 1, 2, and 3. So, you know, and at first here I'm still like unsure if I'm liking it but honestly, now that I'm looking at this on camera, I'm really liking the way this is looking on camera. But in person, again, I was giving myself so much pressure to get this right that I just struggled so much, you guys. Oh, it was very difficult. Okay, so now I'm trying to get my 3 on there. Okay. Okay, now here is where I'm going to go ahead. I just take wood glue. I've seen a lot of people in the IOD, you know, people that use IOD stamps every day. They use wood glue. They use all kinds of glue. I don't want to use hot glue because I want this to stay on forever, right? So I use wood glue and get them all glued down. Now here's where I'm like, do I want to make them blue along with everything else? Or do I want to paint them gold? So here's where it starts going in a direction that I'm not happy with. And I paint them all gold. Maybe as I'm looking at it on camera here, I'll think differently, but I don't foresee that happening because in the end, I make some changes to it, but I don't know. You guys will have to tell me what you think. You know, do you think this was coming out well? You know, did I make huge mistakes? Should I have done something different? And I feel like I'm going to get better the more I use these molds and stamps, you know, and get more creative with them. I think that I'm going to get a lot better and I'm going to feel more confident. Like, I loved the box. The box before this, I thought was incredible. Like, I was really happy with the way that came out. Okay, so I'm just, again, trying to, you know, get it, like, on the top, the sides, the bottom, you know, all of that good stuff. I realized I was out of frame, so I was like, okay, let me get back in frame here. Sometimes you get so, zoned in on crafting that you forget that you are on film. You are supposed to be showing people how you're doing this. Yeah, it was really hard to not get it on the blue and yet still cover up all of the mold here. Okay, so now I have them all done, dried. It's the next day and I'm not happy. I don't like it. I don't like it. So this is what I did today. Now, these are resin letters that I made a couple videos back. I will link that in my description box so that you can go back and look if you want to see how I made these resin letters. But I love resin. It's so much fun. I love molds too. Like, I'm having a lot of fun using these, new supplies. Okay, so I go ahead and I go back to the blue. I'm like, I don't like the gold. I go back to the blue. And I like this so much better. So much better. Now, okay, I'm going to now go through and I'm going to put 1, 2, and 3 on the box with some of the Dollar Tree transfers. Actually, Tammy from Happiness Created sent me these, so thank you, Tammy. And I end up using almost this whole sheet, basically, onto these boxes, onto the lids, you know. So I had a lot of fun. I feel like I made them look really good. Here's where it starts to go downhill again until I turn it around. So I couldn't just leave well enough alone. The blue looks great, right? But I wanted the 1, 2, 3 to really stand out. So I start outlining everything in black. Sometimes you just have to learn to let things be. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But it's okay. Because once I get that all done, you know, and I don't have pictures of this. I don't know why. I lost it in filming. But I took whitewash over it. And this is the ending result, you guys. I mean, I love it. Now I love it. You know, I whitewashed that a little bit. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Should I go back and do it all blue? Should I leave it alone? Because I'm pretty happy with the boxes now. I put 1, 2, 3 at the top as well because when it was on the stand, you couldn't see it. So, I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments what you think. You guys, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I hope you had a wonderful Easter, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Happy crafting. Bye.